How's it going, everybody? It's Pilot Flame, and we are back with another kind of like a deadline live stream. Unfortunately, I've had to record this video just because I won't have time to do the deadline stream Friday night or Saturday morning, unfortunately. So apologies for that. However, I will be releasing this video out over on YouTube, and if you're watching this, welcome to the YouTube channel. You can comment down below on any questions that you would normally ask during the live stream or leading up until the deadline. I'm going to be premiering this probably a couple hours before the deadline, so it gives you a chance to see it, take it in, then go watch some of the other deadline streams, and then come back to me with some questions if you may have them. I'm going to go through how my team did last week, how my team's looking for this week, and I'm actually going to do my transfer on this video, so you'll be able to see it well in advance of the deadline stream. And for my predictions and differential picks, make sure to check out my Twitter. I'll post that over as soon as I can. Probably come out at the same time as the tweet for this video as well. So make sure to check both of those out if you're interested in that sort of thing as well. But this is how my team scored last week. We did really well, 87 points. We got Andres Pereira off the bench for Reece James. Our transfer for the week was our one free transfer. We got rid of Trippier for Cucurella. It ended up being a net even. Obviously, we lost the transfer, but it was a net even on the day because Trippier ended up getting booked and conceded a goal to Liverpool, whereas Cucurella just got the 1 point as he conceded to Southampton. I thought Trippier wasn't going to play, which is why I brought in Cucurella, who I knew was going to play almost certainly, because I thought that Reece James was going to miss out, and he did. We had Andres Pereira as our first sub. He got an assist. Fantastic. Came on, got himself 6 points. Fantastic. Haaland captain was the best captain of the game week. We got that one right, and potentially we're going to captain him again this week. But overall, I think the team did quite well. Cancelo getting himself a goal as well. That was fantastic to see. Martinelli got on the score sheet. Salah with a couple assists if you went with him. Or Jesus, you at least still got the return. But Haaland was the big ticket item there. And then on the bench, basically no points spared. Ward and Ramsdale with the same amount of points. And you can see that Ramsdale is currently flagged. That is going to be addressed in the transfer section. Moving swiftly on how the team is lining up this game week. We have Ramsdale in goal. We have Cancelo, Perisic, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, and Cucurella on the double up. Gundogan, Salah currently with the vice captaincy. Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Haaland with the captaincy. Now, one thing I would like to bring into this part of the video is that Pep did say that he does recover quickly. But a couple of weeks ago, he was saying something about he doesn't want him to get injured. And when he plays 3 games, he's going to play Julian Alvarez. Well, he did play Julian Alvarez, but he also played Haaland as well. Now, there's 3 important games coming up next week for Man City. They have Sevilla in the Champions League. They have Spurs on the weekend. Not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, game week 7. And then they have Dortmund, his former club, in the Champions League as well. The Sevilla game being the away fixture, the other 2 being home ties, if I remember correctly. So, I'm still a bit skeptical. Might change this at the last minute, but I'll make sure to post my team for sure 1 hour in advance. It'll be locked in. It's almost certainly going to be this as well. So I'll probably keep it on Haaland. If Haaland doesn't play, I think he's not going to come out at all. So I'm going to make sure I have Salah as the vice captaincy, as I think that's the next best fixture as it stands currently. Are there any players that I'm worried that won't start this week? Potentially Cucurella I'm worried about, Ramsdale and Perisic. Although I got to keep Perisic, even though he has bad fixtures afterwards. He might be the player that we transfer out going into next week. We'll have to wait and see on that. But Fulham at home, even if he comes off the bench, he still might do well. We got Andres Pereira as first sub because it seems like he's just influential to everything. Then De Silva, then Archer, who unfortunately went down last night in price, which is kind of annoying. And Ramsdale is flagged at the moment. Do I want Ramsdale playing versus Man United? Not particularly. In his next 3 fixtures before mainly the wild card over the international break is Brentford away, which could be tricky. Everton at home should be fine, but Man United away and Brentford away could be tough fixtures for them. Especially the way Man United's playing right now. They're being very solid defensively, and they're getting 1 goal at least in the match, and kind of taking control of the midfield, which is interesting to see. At the back, they are very, very solid. Also, I forgot to mention the points that we got last week. As you can see, all the stats up the top have been updated. We're now into the top million, well into the top million, 757K. So hopefully we can get another good week and keep dropping the rank down into the lower digits as well. And we do have one free transfer, and that free transfer I'm going to do right here. I'm going to go through my options mainly. I'm going to sort this by goalkeepers because it will be a goalkeeper transfer. The two goalkeepers I potentially want to get is either Nick Pope or Henderson, and Sanchez and Raya were also in the consideration. If I look at their fixtures, potentially I'm only going to have them for the next 3, right? The next 3 because the international break is in between Game Week 8 and Game Week 9, and that's most likely when I'm going to wildcard. So Raya has 2 home fixtures, 1 versus Arsenal, 1 versus Leeds, and then 1 away to Southampton. How many clean sheets do I expect in that? Probably 1 versus Southampton, maybe 1 versus Leeds. Let's look at Sanchez. Sanchez has Leicester at home, Crystal Palace at home, Bournemouth away. Potentially 2 clean sheets in that. Those look to be quite nice. We also have Nick Pope, who's got Crystal Palace and Bournemouth again, but they're home fixtures, which is very tasty. And then West Ham, who's struggling to score goals. Nick Pope is actually one player I do really like a lot. And if I need to keep him, I can have him for an additional 2 extra fixtures after the fact as well. But the goalkeeper I think I'm going to go with is Dean Henderson. Potentially going to go up in price tonight. He would have already gone up potentially if you haven't seen this video already. But he has a really, really good run of fixtures. I think potentially he can get saves in at least all of them. I mean, Brighton and Wolves don't typically score boatloads of goals. Neither do Aston Villa. I mean, they don't score goals, period. Leicester struggle. Fulham are going to allow him to get a lot of saves. Same with Leeds and Bournemouth. You just don't know what you're going to get. Maybe a very assured clean sheet this week. So Dean Henderson will be the goalkeeper I'm choosing. We're going to lock that in for us. Make the transfer. Make sure I don't hit free hit. That'd be bad. Confirm transfers. And Dean Henderson's in there as well. So that's going to be the team. For the, just kind of adjusting it so you can see it. That's going to be the team. So we got Dean Henderson at home to Bournemouth. The Triple City with Cancelo, Gundogan, and Haaland captain away to Aston Villa. Perisic at home to Fulham. Double Liverpool with Salah with the vice captaincy and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Double Chelsea defense with Reece James and Cucurella at home to West Ham. And Martinelli and Jesus away to Manchester United. In terms of the captaincy debate this week, I think if Erling Haaland starts, he's the best option in my opinion. Then I think it's Mo Salah. Then I think it's Harry Kane. Then I think it's Gabriel Jesus. And for kind of a punty pick this week, I would go with somebody like Raheem Sterling as an example. Or even like a Riyad Mahrez potentially. Those would be my outside picks. Riyad Mahrez would be much riskier, to be honest. But I like Erling Haaland captain. I think if he doesn't start, and City go 2-3-0 up, which is very possible versus an underperforming Villa team, he might not come on at all, and then Salah would probably end up coming on and playing. So that seems to be the way it's going to potentially work out. If Perisic doesn't play, then we have Andreas Pereira, who is basically direct competition to him. If Haaland doesn't play, I mean, then we have De Silva as well. We can only really go 2 subs in, so hopefully it's not too much rotation for this coming game week as well. So that's going to do it for this kind of deadline stream-ish video. Remember, make sure to comment on this video or even at me over on Twitter. I'll make sure to check all of it. I'll be kind of in and out of doing things. I'm not able to do the deadline stream, but I will have access to my phone, and I'll answer them as many as I can before the FPL deadline. So make sure to send me all your questions and concerns. And hopefully you have a fantastic Game Week 6, because it's going to be a good one, because I think there's some interesting captaincy choices this week, and there could be some varying scores like there were last week and the last couple weeks as well. So happy Game Week 6, everyone. And until the next one, take care.